Page 378, To a Wild Rose. This section of the book appears to be accompaniments and things. At first, I wasn't going to give any lessons on this stuff because it's not really aimed at piano per se. This is an ensemble or accompanying thing. And then it occurred to me that there's some things you need to know about accompanying that maybe I can add. And as usual with this type of music, they don't give any pedal indications at all. So it's up to you. And unless you understand the pedaling and why and all that junk going on, you can really mess this up. So I'll go ahead and give a lesson on it, but I'm not going to be talking about the notes and the rhythms and all that. You should be able to do that by now. I still go through the process though. I look it over, it's 2 pages long more or less. There's repeat signs, but the music-wise is about 2 pages long. For the piano part, that's the grand staff, the bottom 2 steps. Treble, bass, clef, 2 flats in the key signature, so it's either in B flat major or G minor. If you look at the end, we're in B flat here. So it's B flat major, but do the scales and arpeggios for both. B flat major and G minor, okay. And 2/4 time signature. Now, first thing when you're going to accompany someone is you need to know what their part sounds like. You don't need to know it really, really well, but you need to know it well enough so that if they get off, or skip a measure or accidentally repeat some measures or something, you catch that real quick and you adjust to what they're doing. So you need to know their part. And a B flat clarinet, remember, we have to transpose that. To a clarinet, they're in C major. But the concert key is B flat. Remember, it's a major second. So a C in their music is a B flat on piano. So you have to take all the notes in the music down 1 step, and you have to play in the key of B flat, 2 flats. So that first one for the clarinet part, when it comes in at the E, you got to go down. It's here. Here. Got to go down a whole step here. So the E becomes a D and the G becomes an F. And if I get to any E's or B's, I'm going to play B flat. So it's here. Then the C, and then the D, F, B flat now. And then measure 7, that A is a G. Through it, I'll make sure I can play the clarinet part okay. I know what it sounds like in concert key. Then I'll take it and the piano, and again, I can do like I do everything else, is I can take 1 hand at a time. If it's not too difficult, I'll try both hands together because I like a fingering that lets me connect the notes. I'm going to try both hands together to shorten this video, but it's here. And that second measure, hold those half notes down, both of them. That's just introduction. That sets the mood, the harmony, the key in the ears, and the speed. Gets them ready for the soloist to come in. So you have to have this similar to what they're going to do. You need to know how they're going to play that so you know how to play the introduction. Because if I come in this way, they come in like this, a whole different speed and everything else, totally wrong. Well, please, you got to know how they're going to do their part, so you do your part the same way. The soloist is supposed to be in control, so they decide. It's not really true when you're dealing with smaller kids. They won't lead on anything. You have to lead, but in theory, certainly at the college level, the soloist should be leading here. So this sets the mood. They come in. Like so. Let's go down to measure 19. It changes here. Now in this piece, the idea of doing this, there is a counter to that in the other part. It's like the melody does it once, and then there's like an echo to that, that bit. You can bring that out a little bit on your part. This is measure 23. bring that out a little bit. You don't need the natural sign on the D here. And what, measure 26 or whatever it is, 25. It's a D natural anyway, but you just had a D sharp. They're being clear, I suppose. It's just that if the natural sign were not there, it would still be a natural, is what I'm getting at. And measures 27, 28, 29, and so this is the climax of the piece. You're building up here, and you have to follow the soloist on here. How much do they build up? Do they slow down at all? You got to follow them. Whatever they do, that's what you're going to do here. And for these chords in measure 29, these here and here, you're playing this chord and this chord. How you divide those notes up between the hands is up to you. You don't have to play it that way. They're just, and this, well, I can divide that. I can play the E flat in the left hand, right here, because there's E flats all the way through. It's up to you how you divide the notes up between the hands. So make sure you can play the notes and the rhythms okay, because you can't be hesitating anywhere. You got to be there for the soloist. Then the articulation and dynamics, and that is a very smooth piece here. So you're basically going to try and connect this. The dynamics at the beginning is MP. That's here. This is very soft. And when the soloist comes in at mezzo piano, you got to go down to soft. You got to get way down here. Measure 3. You're always listening to the soloist on dynamics to make sure you stay under them. If they get a little louder, you can get a little louder. If they get softer, you got to get softer. Listen to the soloist and what they're doing. Hopefully they're playing it with expression, so it makes it a little easier to follow and to be expressive on your part. Now, the main reason I'm even giving these lessons on these pieces, and that is the pedaling. There's no pedaling given, and normally there isn't. It's up to you to understand the pedal, how it's used, why it's used, and when to use it, and when not to use it. So if you don't understand that, you'll end up pedaling the whole thing, like a lot of people do. At the beginning, you'll just pedal it all. At the bottom of measure 19. You just pedal it all. And I think it's a very dangerous thing to do. It might work, but it's a dangerous thing to do. You have to be prepared and listen very carefully to the effect the pedal is having on the sound. And don't be afraid to not use it if you're in places. Like in measure 19 here. I don't want that. I want that clean. So I may not pedal those measures. Here. And in measure 21, I wouldn't pedal that. And you can. So you have to be careful on what you're pedaling. Now, we need to connect the repeated notes because this is a smooth piece. So like a measure 20 here. This, I'd have to pedal the G's here. And then in measure 23 again, I want to pedal that. But I'm not pedaling the first half note here and then now pedal. So I don't want both. No. measure is 27, 28, 29. This is the climate here. You can smear this because you're getting louder here. I left the pedal down through the whole thing. You experiment with the pedal and try, do I change it with the measure? Do I leave it down through the whole thing or whatever? Because you're getting softer at the end. Maybe you want to change the measure and pedal on measure 30 here. To lessen, get rid of some of that sound because it's supposed to be getting softer. And then go on. Yeah. So be careful of what you're pedaling. Now at the beginning here, this, if you want both of those, that's fine. Otherwise, don't pedal until that. Our problem is we have the repeated D here. That D's repeated. I need to connect that too. So I'm kind of stuck here. I have to pedal it all. But the second measure, I wouldn't pedal that at all. I don't want to smear this. I don't want that. That's a... And then when they come in, listen carefully to the effect the pedal is having and experiment with alternatives. Maybe you can get a better sound. Let's go down to measure 39. Here are 4 measures that are surrounded by repeat signs. So you're going to play these 4 measures twice. But here, see, that is just yuck if you pedal all that through like that. So we need to get rid of some of the pedal. Here, I'm changing the pedal here on that. I don't want it all. No, so it's here. But I need to pedal it because I got a repeated A and C. I want to connect them. So it's... And then again, second one, same thing. Change it. So I'm pedaling twice in each of those measures, and then here. And I don't pedal that measure at all. To keep it clean. It's like measure 43. I wouldn't pedal that measure. And measure 44, I pedal each beat. And then at the end, you can pedal all that. Yeah. And be sure at the end to watch the soloist and get ready. You can usually tell when they're ready to stop. And you need to stop at exactly the same time they do. So watch the soloist. Tricky. But that's what I would suggest we do here.